Well, hello, and thank you for dropping by. I'm going to do a short reading from my new novel, Welcome to Kamini, and thought since the Northwest Ontario wilderness is a major factor in what transpires in the book, why not do the reading with the lovely, mesmerizing Northwest Ontario wilderness as my backdrop. So I hopped in my boat, and I didn't drive far, believe me, and here we are. Let me turn my camera over to my camera person here and sit down and introduce myself. Hi, well, let me get it so you can see my eyes. I'm Don Engebretson. I'm an American writer, native Minnesotan. My new novel is titled Welcome to Kamini, and I'm just thrilled to be being published this time around by Guernica World Editions, so U.S., Canada, United Kingdom distribution. And I thought for the reading I would read chapter 1. I mean, why not? It's the shortest chapter in the book, only take a few minutes, and I don't need to give you any context. I mean, it's chapter 1. So let's get to it. As is the case with many novels, page prior to the start of chapter 1, there is a quote, sort of a stage setter or an appetizer before we head out on our journey. And here it is. To every people the land is given on condition. Perceived or not, there is a covenant beyond the Constitution, beyond sovereign guarantee, beyond the nation's sweetest dreams of itself. Leonard Cohen. Chapter 1, Welcome to Kamini. You're going to witness a crime taking place, and you're almost going to meet two major characters. Here we go. Two figures pushed off from the dock in a canoe after sunset. Embarking on their mischief in the evening provided grand benefits beyond the cover of darkness. They lived in Kamini and knew that evening in the Ontario bush is infused with sound and scent. On still nights, when the sprawling miles of water flowing through the wilderness turn to glass, the ghostly wails of loons echo for miles. When the wind persists, soft, rhythmic clapping of waves along jagged granite shores adds a soothing, seductive cadence. Crisp notes of pine, spruce, and fir spice the air. These mingle with the musky odor of damp, ancient soil to concoct a bracing, primordial bouquet. Sweet yet earthy, the robust scent permanently perfumes the souls of those who enter and stay. This spring night, under a slender crescent moon, the surface of the great river lay still. After landing on the opposite shore, the two paddlers crept silently into the bush. Walking fully upright for more than a few steps was no option. Crouching and at times scrambling on hands and knees where thinning tree branches offered the only passage, they advanced swiftly through the rising, erratic forest floor toward their destination. 70 yards from shore, they reached the crest of the slope. Here, the trees halted as a broad patch of smooth granite emerged from beneath them, covered sporadically by tufted grasses, growing only where crevices harbored thin deposits of soil. Lying on their stomachs and rising on elbows, they had a clear view of the activity in the clearing below. Two halogen lights rose on stands, illuminating the area from a narrow dock ramp to a late-model Chevy pickup backed up to a folding table. The low, dull strumming of a gasoline generator came from a slumping shoreline shack nestled into the bush just outside the lighted area. Tied to the dock was the battered 20-foot commercial fishing boat christened Keeper and owned by Andriy Karpenko. For the past 12 years, Karpenko had possessed the only commercial fishing license for the 38-mile stretch of the Winnipeg River flowing from Lake of the Woods to Kamini, then on to the Black Dog Dam. The two watched in silence as the portly Karpenko, dressed in rubber boots and frayed coveralls, carried a large plastic bin from the hold of Keeper up the ramp. The big Ukrainian walked slowly and grunted as he slid the bin up onto the table. He removed the lid and then removed fish, grabbing one in each hand by a gill, and quickly stacked them lengthwise into two coolers. The delicate herringbone pattern of each fish's scales shimmered gold under the lights. When only 4 inches of space remained in each cooler, Karpenko slid open a bag of cubed ice and poured it over the fish before snapping closed the lids. He slid the coolers into the truck bed and returned to the boat. One of the observers, a slender man whose age was difficult to discern as he blended in with the shadows, turned his head to whisper to his companion. I counted 20 in the bin, 6 and 7 pounders, big walnuts. His companion didn't respond. Karpenko reappeared on the dock, carrying another bin toward shore. He set it on the table, removed the lid, and began unloading more fish. Rising higher to get a better look, the soft moonlight revealed the second observer was a woman, her long, dark hair framing a sharp-featured face of exotic beauty. "Some of them are 8, she whispered. "What do you want to do?" the man asked. "Roar down there and confront him? Or should we wait for adult supervision?" The woman gave a subtle shake of her head. The two watched silently for another minute as Karpenko repeated the process, loading the golden fish from the second bin into more coolers. Without sound or signal, the woman began to crawl backward toward the edge of the dense tree line. The man did the same. When safely out of sight, they rose, turned, and vanished into the bush. Chapter 1 from Welcome to Kamini, premiering October 1st, 2021 from Guernica World Editions. I am so pleased you decided to spend a little time with me here today in Kamini. Miigwech.